Hey guys, Jesse from Mullen Woodworks. Today I'm going to start breaking down this door, and we're going to make this into our sliding barn door for our closet in our bedroom. So we have a few things that we're going to do. We're going to take off the paint, take off the hardware. We're going to end up fogging the glass so you can't see through it, and we're going to end up staining the door and then building the rail. So we have quite a bit. It'll probably take me, I'm hoping to get it done in about a week, so we'll get that all done.
The first step to take off all the hardware. This was an older door, so it actually took a little bit of more time than I was hoping for. There's a couple spots that were completely stuck in. After taking off the doorknob, take off the hinges as well. After all that, we started the long process of sanding. After sanding all the flat surfaces on the door, I used my micro zip from Gator to really get into the cracks and the crevices. I had some extra 3/8 inch pine that I used to basically cover the doorknob and the locking mechanism, the deadbolt. I routed it out so I had a chamfer on all sides, and then I glued and brad nailed it on to cover the holes. I really liked doing this because it gave a good spot to apply my hardware. Next, I start staining. I do want to mention I did sand a ton that I didn't put in the video. I figure you guys know what sanding is, and you didn't need me to do 5 minutes of just sanding. So after I did all the sanding, I started to apply this water-based stain from Rust-Oleum. I really liked how it turned out. Next was applying the frosty glass to the glass, and actually it turned out really awesome. It's easy to apply, just like spray paint. Just went over, I taped up the stained door part, and I just kept going back and forth in a steady motion, making sure that I overlapped on each spray. I did about 4 coats, and I sped up the process right here so you can see it as it dries. It gives it a nice fogged look, which is good since it's going to be our closet door. We decided we wanted to do a light distressing on the barn door. Nothing heavy whatsoever, just on the corners and the cracks, and we really like how it turned out. I covered the glass, and then I started using this spray on poly. I've never used it before. As you can see, I'm definitely not doing it the right way. Make sure that you go from one end all the way to the other. This is where I got spots, and they were a little uneven because I'm stopping in the middle. So make sure that you go from one side all the way to the other, and then make sure you're doing overlapping passes. I started doing that at the end, and it ended up working out well, but I did have to do a few more coats because I didn't do it right at the beginning. As you can see, I'm starting to do it right now, going from one side to the other, making sure I clear it. Next, I attached the hardware for the door. I put on the handle, and it was pretty simple. I just got this from Home Depot. Pretty cheap, but I really like the handle. It's pretty big and bulky, and that's what we wanted. I do want to mention that I did route out a slot for the track as well on the bottom, even though I didn't end up needing it. Now I needed to replace the trim on the door, so I blew off my straight edge sled, and I used a piece of alder to go through and replace that MDF that was up there. So I went through and pulled off that top trim piece. So I went through and attached a new trim piece with some screws into the studs all across the whole board. After this, we filled in the holes, and then we went through and painted it. As you can see, the one she's painting right now, I forgot to fill in, so we ended up filling in that one later. Next, we started attaching the barn sliding hardware. I got this from Home Depot. It was $40. It was a great deal. So if you guys are looking for some solid ones, this is the way to do it. It had pretty good instructions for the most part. There was one template that was wrong that I had to just use my square for, but other than that, it was really easy to put up. Oh yes, and I did find out that you can't just put it on from straight on. You have to actually slide it in, which is a good thing so it doesn't fall off. So I attached the stoppers on both ends, and it was up. As you can see, the bottom is pretty far from the floor. It was a little short, the door, but we liked the door so much. Plus, we got it for only $15 that we thought it was worth it. I will mention the reason it's self-closing is because it's basically the rail's a puzzle piece. In the middle, there is the screw that anchors to the wall, and that one actually attaches both puzzle pieces together. Well, when I screwed that in, the one on the right side that's above the door opening was just less than a 1/16 of an inch off. So if you don't open the door all the way, it will self-close. But if you open it all the way, it's completely on that other rail, which is completely level, so it will stay open. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, make sure you guys DM me. I appreciate all the support, and I'll see you guys later.